I commend all of you. I commend all of you for being here, and everyone is struggling, trying to bring forward a fact: poverty. No one believes it. A lot of people simply do not believe that kids are hungry or elderly are hungry. I have a solution. Let's ask the kids. Let's ask them, how many kids are hungry? Why not? Why can't we ask our kids in class how many are hungry? Well, because we don't want to single anyone out. So very quickly, anonymous polling. We can anonymously poll our kids every day. It should be a regular part of class. Instead of singling them out, do you or don't you know a question individually, I can ask, how many kids did their homework? And I'll get a response from the class as a percentage poll. It's called anonymous polling. You flip a coin, the kid answers yes if it's heads, there's just the overtime person first coffee. We do that every time we hear the statistic of 1 in 5 kids abused, and we let it go in one ear and out the other. Same thing with poverty.
We try to put a human face on it, so then it's difficult.
Every morning, it should be a part of class. We talk about inclusion. If I'm overly
let me jump right quick up. So, are you talking about your logic? So, kids come in the classroom, every morning you want to ask them if they're hungry. Half the class says yes, then what?
Then I want to look you and their parents in the eye and say, it's not some other kids that are hungry. I want to go to these people here in this room and say, half of your kids are hungry, and I want to jump up and down and scream. I can't scream quite as much because it's like, well, they might be hungry, or it's some other kids, or it's the statistics in a paper. Okay, I think this individualized, I think it'd be very powerful.
Got it. Thank you for your comment. We appreciate it. Yes, sir.
For poverty, fighters for people that look like you and me, fighters to make sure that our communities are safe worldwide, fighters for standing up for things that are important to us. So we want to welcome them. We want to welcome them with open arms, and we want to welcome them standing up when they come.
We already want to do things. I think it's our eyes that are lacking. Okay, I think when people hear, oh, 1 out of 5 kids are criminally victimized. You talked about people who can't defend themselves. Even an elderly person usually has more wherewithal. They know who to call, someone to call. They have someone to call. Kids, they have no one. If they're in crisis, the statistics are 1 out of 5 are criminally attacked by 18. Criminally means it's met the criminal definition. You can be taken to jail for doing something. Now, most of us as parents, we get upset way before it reaches criminality. So if it's 1 out of 5, there was the Million Father March. 200,000 fathers of the Million Father March should be up in arms about the 1 out of 5 statistic. So we hear these statistics and they go in one ear out the other. It's like what can be done?
Triage. You can find out what the numbers are. For our students, quarter-million students, real numbers. It's called anonymous polling. If it cost $1 million, I could ask you for $1 million and you'd be all impressed and give it to me. It involves a penny. You flip a penny. You ask the students. You tell them. If it's heads, you say yes. If it's tails, you answer the question. A student walking in with a shotgun. And as we all know, our community has had some serious things happen lately as well. In fact, I'm not going to ask you questions. I know you can't answer, but it is a federal statistic, not mine, it's not my opinion, that 1 out of 5 children, before reaching the age of 18, has been exposed to something that has met a degree of criminal prosecutability, not just something that would make a parent upset. And this is our government's federal statistics. These come out every 4 years. They are not mentioned. I do not know why. But here's the deal. There is nobody between those kids and what's happening to them other than you. There's no one who has a hat whose job it is. The people who gather the statistics, our federal government, also gather statistics on how much salad they're eating and a bunch of other things. That's what's published. This statistic has been out there for a decade. I wrote about it 15 years ago. I'm not the only one. I don't want to discuss this statistic. That's not why I'm here. It is 1 out of 5. You can look it up. So whose job is it? You are the only ones who can do anything. Okay? First off, how can you do it? It's not your job. Who's going to let you? And what can be done? Triage. You can find out what the numbers are. For our students, 250,000 students, real numbers. It's called anonymous polling. If it cost $1 million, I could ask you for $1 million and you'd be all impressed and give it to me. It involves a penny. You flip a penny. You ask the students. You tell them. If it's heads, you say yes. If it's tails.
Okay. Not sure I believe it, but let's pretend it really is. And the question is, what does this look like? Will I be able to speak normally? And generally speaking, how well will it work?